Book of Heaven, Volume 28, August 24th, 1930. How the divine will assumes all forms in order to give itself to the creature. The creation of man, installation of the center of love and of the divine fiat. My abandonment in the divine volition continues. I feel that its invincible power absorbs me into itself and in so many ways that I cannot do without following its acts. Now, while I was following the acts of the divine will done in creation, my lovable Jesus told me,
"My daughter, the love of my divine fiat toward creatures is so great that it assumes all forms in order to give itself to the creature. It assumes the form of heavens to remain stretched out over his head, and by remaining perennially extended, it embraces him from all sides, guides him, protects him, defends him, without ever withdrawing, remaining always heavens in order to form its heaven in the heart of the creature. It assumes the form of stars, and it makes its meek twinkling sweetly descend upon the creature, to caress her with its kiss of light and penetrate sweetly into her, that it may form the stars of the most beautiful virtues in the heaven of her soul. It assumes the form of sun to irradiate her with light and with its vibrant heat, descend into the depth of her soul, and with the strength of its light and heat, it forms the tints of the most beautiful colors in order to form the sun of its fiat in the creature. It assumes the form of wind to purify her, and with its empire blowing, it maintains the divine life lit, and as it blows, it makes it grow in the heart of the creature. My divine will lowers itself to everything, and its love is so great that it constitutes itself life of everything that can serve the creature, and it reaches the point of assuming the form of air, to let itself be breathed, of food to nourish her, of water to quench her thirst. In sum, there is nothing of which the creature makes use, in which my will does not run together in order to give itself incessantly to the creature. But how does she correspond to me, to the many multiple ways which my fiat assumes in order to besiege the creature, to the so many loving forms, such that, if she does not recognize it in one way, she may recognize it in another. If one form does not breach into her, another might breach through, to receive at least a gaze, a smile of satisfaction, an invitation to let it descend into her soul to reign, a thank you of gratitude at its so many follies of love. Ah, how many times my divine will is left there with the creature paying no attention to it. What sorrow, how pierced it remains. But in spite of this, it does not stop. It continues incessantly and with its firmness, all divine, to make its divine life flow within all created things, to offer beneath their veil its life to all, waiting with invincible patience for one who must recognize it and receive it, so as to form its life under human appearances and form, and therefore reign completely in all the things created by us.
After this, I was following the divine will in the acts of creation, and as I arrived at Eden, where man was created, my always lovable Jesus added,
"My daughter, the creation of man was the center in which our fiat and our love installed themselves to hold their perennial dwelling. Our divine being held everything inside of us, the center of our love and the carrying out of the life of our will. By creating man, it wanted to form the second center of our love, so that our fiat might carry out human lives with its empire and dominion, as it did within our supreme being. Therefore, you must know that, in creating Adam, all creatures were created in him. All were present to us. None of them escaped us. We loved all creatures as him and in him. And when with so much love we formed his humanity, molding it and working it with our creative hands, forming the bones, extending the nerves, covering them with flesh, forming all the harmonies of the human life, in Adam, all creatures were molded and worked. In all of them we formed the bones, extended the nerves, and covering them with flesh, we left the touch of our creative hands, the mark of our love, the vivifying virtue of our will. And as we infused the soul in him with the power of our omnipotent breath, Souls were formed in all the bodies with the same power in which the soul of Adam was formed. See then how each creature is a new creation, as if we had created the new Adam, because in each of them we want to renew the great prodigy of the creation, the installation of the center of our love, the carrying out of the life of our fiat. So great was the excess of our love in creating man, that until the last creature comes on earth, we will remain in continuous act of creation, to give to each one what was given to the first man created, our overflowing love, the touch of our creative hands for the formation of each of them. Therefore, my daughter, I recommend to you that you know how to recognize and preserve within yourself the installation of our love and the operating life of our fiat, and you will feel the prodigies of the continuous creation and our love overflowing, such that, as it drowns you with love, you will feel nothing but my love and my will.
Fiat.